Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Alice and I enjoy doing reviews. I like reviewing different products that I find in the grocery store, in the thrift store, in the alley, just different places, different products. And yeah, I enjoy sharing my thoughts with you guys here on YouTube. Um, Today I am going to be reviewing something that I'm a little out of my element in. Let me explain. I don't really wear makeup. I have I've had my makeup done before, but I don't put it on every day. I certainly don't know how to do it very well, and the most I ever do is like a tinted chapstick, which I don't really feel like that is the same thing. And the products I'm going to review today are some lip gloss and lip plumper, one by Revlon, one by Covergirl, and then some fun, just random lip gloss I found in the grocery store. And yeah, I just putting it out there. I don't really know much about makeup. I don't know if these products are going to be worth the monetary value, that I spent for them. I'm not sure if they're going to work for everybody's lips, and I certainly don't know if I chose the right color. It was sort of a experience going and picking these things out. I've actually never picked out makeup before, let alone lip gloss. And when I got to the store, which was a Walgreens, I was a little overwhelmed by how many options there were. And I understand these are kind of like maybe what you might consider drugstore options, but I really don't feel like I would be, able to judge a drugstore product versus, a higher end product. It just, I don't know. I'm not very literate in the world of makeup. So, bearing all that in mind, bearing all that in mind, I am going to be reviewing three products for you today. I am going to be reviewing the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Plumper Gloss. It is in the shade Encourage, and it is, I guess, in the flavor mint because it says that on there. I thought it was a very pretty shade. I really don't know if it's going to go well with my lips, but at the time I was sort of having a panic attack in the aisle and I didn't really know what to choose. So I sort of just grabbed what I saw, and ran to the checkout stand. The second thing that we're going to be trying today is the Revlon Super Lustrous The Gloss. And I believe it's in the shade 306 Taupe Luster, which I looked at these ones and I thought, maybe something a little neutral, a little like kind of beigey pink, and I really thought this one might suit me, maybe a little better than this one. I was honestly very nervous to try Lip Plumper. I have heard stories about it. I understand it's supposed to kind of irritate your lips so that they like plump up and become, maybe more red or, whatever, but I watched a few people try it and they had very interesting experiences. One of which they said it felt like they just like rubbed, a hot pepper against their lips, which I like spicy food. So, this might actually not be that bad compared to some of the things that I've eaten. Anyway, the third product that we're going to try today is the Disney Princess flavored lip gloss. It is plant-based. It has quite a few Disney princesses on it. I see Ariel, I see Bella, I see, I'm not sure what the one oh, of course, Cinderella. Oh my gosh. I couldn't think of her name for a moment until I thought, what was the movie? Obviously we have Jasmine at the end here, and I believe this is Ella? Or no, not Ella. It's from the movie Frozen. I'm actually not sure what her name is either. And let's see. Packaging is really cute. I really like the way they have it set up here. They say this is plant-based, vegan, non-GMO, kid-friendly lip gloss, which obviously very kid-friendly lip gloss. In fact, most of these are probably going to go to a younger family member of mine, with the exception of the one that I'm trying today, which is the watermelon flavored one, which is jasmine here. Yeah, but packaging is really cute, looks really fun. My only thing is, I think this princess here is from The Princess and the Frog. I think her name is Isabel. They show her on the packaging, but she is nowhere to be found on the lip glosses here, so I don't know, just a little nitpicky thing. But anyway, other than that, it looks really cute, looks really fun, and I'm excited to try it. So yeah, I think we are gonna try the princess first. I'm very curious to see how flavored the lip gloss is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the tube itself, this is very like coarse and glittery. Like, it's not smooth at all. It's just glitter is coming off on my fingers. It's getting everywhere. I feel like if I were to rub this really hard, a lot of glitter would come off. It looks like it's just a very pale shade though, and something very fun for kids to wear. You know, not very like pigmented or super bright. You know, gonna kind of stain things because kids can kind of like, you know, put put lip gloss and things everywhere. Oh wow, it really does smell like watermelon. I'm assuming it's like sweet too and made mostly of sugar. Um, in fact, I didn't really read the ingredients list here. Let's see. It says ingredients. Oleifera olive, which I am not sure. It says fruit oil. Or Zaya sativa rice bran oil. I'm not sure what that says. Java seed oil, ethanol, polythene. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of words on here that I wouldn't really consider to be, you know, plant-based or necessarily organic. I often find that the harder to pronounce the word sometimes means that it's not quite as organic as you would hope. It says there's mica in it as well as tocopherolate. Please correct me in the comments if I am saying any of these wrong. I'm sure that I am, but anyway. Bearing in mind that this has quite a few interesting ingredients in it, it looks like a fun product, so let's give it a try here. Glitter is just, it's getting everywhere. Wow, okay, so the little foot thingy doesn't really hold very much product on it. There's not a lot of product in here to begin with, because, you know, it's just kind of for kids. I don't think I mentioned, but I picked this up in a grocery store for like, it was on sale, so it was around $5. So you're sort of getting what you pay for, you know? Like I said, it doesn't hold a lot of product on it, but that was weird. It feels it feels slick. It feels a touch greasy. Not very sweet, surprisingly, though it does have that watermelon smell to it. You know, it just kind of has that glossy appearance to it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's overly hydrating or something you could use as, say, like a chapstick. I would say like this is just kind of a gloss, and I think it looks nice. It looks kind of pretty on my lips, you know. Probably not something I would wear every day or all the time or at all. But you know what? It's a fun product. I think this would be great for a kid. I think that the princesses are really cool on the packaging here, even though, like, the one that's supposed to be in the Frozen movie, isn't she supposed to, like, I don't know, they have her in purple. I thought she was in blue. Again, another nitpicky thing, but just kind of bothered me about the whole princess setup there. But anyway, yeah, I think it looks kind of fun. It's a really nice glossy little lip gloss. I don't have anything else right now. I meant to bring in a tissue or something, and then I didn't. I'll probably have to go get one in between now and the next set. I am gonna try the lip plumper now, and I am honestly kind of nervous. I've never tried lip plumper before, but I've eaten spicy food, so like I said, I don't know how well this is gonna do. If there's any more sounds inside of me, just please ignore that. But anyway, this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Plumper Gloss, and it is in the color Encourage, which is 860, and the flavor mint, I guess. And yeah, I thought this was a really pretty shade. I don't really know how well it's gonna do with my look, which is like mostly kind of natural. I don't really wear makeup, but I was curious to kind of get back into some lip glosses, and I was very curious about lip plumpers. I wanted to see kind of what all the hype was about and see, like, does this really work? So yeah, let's find out together. This product, by the way, which I don't think I showed you kind of the packaging. Here we go. I've just kind of been talking with it in my hands. Anyway, here's the packaging, which is really cute, by the way. I love the pink top here, and the color, like I said, I feel like it might work with my lips, it might not work with my lips. One person I watched on YouTube seemed to have a reaction to the lip plumper, so I'm a little nervous to try it, but still, I think the packaging is cute. I think the flavor might be interesting, the color might be interesting. Let's give it a shot. Goodness. Wow, this is a Bigfoot. This is what I think of as a Bigfoot, so. I don't want to use like too much. I don't really know what this is gonna feel like. People have kind of like, you know, they do this stuff and have described interesting sensations, and right away I can tell you there is some tingling. The color actually looks pretty nice. I don't hate it. I think it looks, you know, it kind of looks maybe a little more red than I usually go for, but actually I don't know. The more I look at it in the camera here, the more I like it. I do feel some tingling. It's not overwhelming though. It's not like, it's nothing that, like, you know, you wouldn't get if you didn't just put like maybe peppermint oil on your lips, which I've never done, by the way, but it's happened by accident. So like this is that same sensation if you were to say put peppermint oil on your lips. It just kind of, it causes your lips to tingle and kind of cool a little bit, but it doesn't really hurt or burn or anything like, you know, too intensely. But it's only been a few minutes here, so a few seconds, so let's just give it a minute and I'll see. The longer it lasts, the more I can kind of start to feel it, I'm gonna say. And yeah, I'm not sure if I noticed any actual plumping. Just kind of looks, you know, like I put some lipstick, some glossy lipstick on. This is a color that's a little bit darker than my lip shade, so it's gonna look like I am wearing some kind of product on my lips. But again, it's not hurting me right now. It's just, it's tingling a lot though, and it's kind of, there is like a cool burning sensation, but it's not completely overwhelming. It feels, you know, actually kind of nice. It's like cool. I don't know. So, there were a few different lip plumpers that I looked at in the store, and one of them was just like, ooh, this one is like called Chili, and I was like, I don't know about that. I've eaten things before that, like, afterwards my lips like tingled and pulsated for an hour, I swear. It was when I was eating something that had scorpion peppers in it. Maybe it was spaghetti, but oh my gosh, my lips just like, they almost just seemed to vibrate. It was insane. So I have to say the lip plumping in this is not giving me that same kind of pain or sensation. I didn't really know what to expect, but I'm actually kind of enjoying this. This is kind of neat, and it you know, it looks nice, at least on the camera. I might feel differently when I look in the mirror, but you know, for now it really does actually, I think, work. And I don't know, I might wear this occasionally to work, or, you know, just when I go out. It's not bad. All right. Okay. I did go get a tissue to like just kind of wipe my lips off here, because I don't know if I necessarily want to mix the two substances, the plumper and the lip gloss, because I don't really know how that work, and yeah, just better to be safe rather than sorry. I did want to mention that these two items here were relatively expensive for what I usually pay for like a chapstick or like maybe something from like the Fun Lip Gloss. These were around $12 after tax, and that's a little bit more on the higher side of what I pay for things. This I could see actually wearing and lasting me quite a while, so I'm really happy that I bought this in this shade. I think it actually works pretty well. It didn't hurt. It didn't like make me feel like my lips were on fire from eating really spicy food. It more felt like I had just put peppermint oil all over them. So I actually am really glad that I bought this, and yeah, I'm excited to try the Revlon Super Lustrous Gloss in 306 Taupe Luster, which is just, it's kind of a more neutral pink shade, which I feel like might work better for me and my complexion, but then again, I don't know anything about makeup. This might be completely hideous on me. So yeah, I'm just experimenting here. We're all experimenting. And yeah, let's just give it a try. My mom used to use Revlon products. I think she used their mascara and maybe their like cover up, or what you call it, but um oh my goodness, yeah. This is definitely another big foot here. I really like that. That's cool. I like the simple packaging in general, and yeah, excited to give this a try here. Yeah, I don't want to put too much on. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't wear lip glosses generally, and I don't even know if you're supposed to smush your lips together or not. I just do that out of habit because of the chapstick thing. So just gonna smush them together. But again, this actually really works with my lips. I am loving what I'm seeing already. It's very neutral. It's not flashy. I work at a job where they don't really want a lot of flashy makeup. So like, I'm trying to like wear something that won't really catch too much attention, but still kind of bring out the lips a little bit. This I think is working really well for my lips, and I really like the neutral shade that I chose. It is very glossy. It feels very smooth and has just the faintest scent to it. Um, I forgot to mention the plumper had a little bit of a scent to it too, but not overwhelming. It's just kind of a light perfumey kind of scent. Not something like, it felt like it had mint in it, but it really didn't smell like it had mint in it. So I don't know. It was just a very interesting kind of feel, and this has the same sort of sensation of like having a very light perfumey scent, but not overwhelming, not like it kind of gets in your mouth and messes with your food if you were to eat. Yeah, I'm really liking this. I think this looks really pretty, and I love the packaging. I love how much you get for the price. If you're gonna use something like this, then I would say it's definitely worth the buck that you're paying for. If you made it this far, you are awesome. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification. I try to upload once a week, but I'm going to try to get better at that and upload a few more reviews. I want to do some more coffee reviews because I have a lot of fun with those. I can kind of, because of my experience in coffee, I can kind of taste certain things, and it's just interesting to sort of dive into sort of the coffee world. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.